I've spent 20 years fixing bad tattoos, and I can tell you exactly why people end up with them. In the last month alone, I've had 3 consultations that could have been avoided if the client had known what to look for. There are over 3,300 registered tattooists in the UK. That's double what it was 10 years ago, which means there's more artists than ever. But unfortunately, a large number of these studios deliver below average work. Today I'm breaking down the 5 mistakes that lead to bad tattoos, so you don't become another cover-up or laser statistic. I believe that line work is a telltale sign of whether a tattoo artist is competent in their work or not. When checking an artist's portfolio, and you shouldn't be doing anything unless you're checking a portfolio first, line work is the perfect place to start. Look for signs of inconsistency in the size of lines. If they look grey, scratchy, barely in the skin, or whether they're too deep and showing that hazy glow around the tattoo which indicates a blowout. These are early signs of a poorly executed tattoo that's going to heal and age badly, leaving you with an expensive, disappointing result. So what are the signs of well executed line work? Well, the good news, it's actually quite easy to see. Smooth, consistent lines with an even thickness throughout the whole piece that looks crisp, fully saturated, blowout free, and clearly not shaky. Pause the video right now and look at this example. See how these lines are smooth and even? That's what you're looking for. This is the foundation of nearly every good tattoo, which takes me very nicely on to the next point. What most people don't realise is, a tattoo that looks perfect today can be a different story in 5 years' time. Unfortunately, I see it constantly. Clients come into the shop with work that's barely 2 or 3 years old and it's already aging poorly. The way that a tattoo ages and settles into the skin is a true measure of the artist's skill. Yet most people, or even tattooists from that point, don't even think about what a tattoo is going to look like in 8 weeks, let alone 10 years. Check out this panther, which was done 6 years ago. Notice how the lines and colour are flawlessly applied and still crisp. This is a perfectly executed tattoo. Now if your chosen artist doesn't do large scale work, you might struggle to find healed examples in their portfolio. If that is the case, ask if they have any photos of healed tattoos, and look for work that still looks solid. A good artist knows how to design tattoos that age well. They understand skin placement and spacing, so the piece stays readable and balanced long after it's healed. If every healed piece looks sharp and legible, that's a great sign. You're good to go. If they look blurry blown out or faded to mush, that's clearly a red flag. So a quick question before we go on to the next point. Have you ever had a tattoo that's not healed well? I know I've got my fair share. Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. I've seen this one many times. Some people will get a tattoo based on a recommendation from a friend, but that person's never seen another tattoo from the artist. And although that one tattoo was impressive, they had nothing else to go on. The problem with this is, unfortunately, a lot of artists can do one good tattoo for, dare I say it, every 10 shit ones. But this big problem is easily avoided, again by checking your artist's portfolio before you do anything. Scroll through their page and look for consistency. Are the lines clean and confident? Is the colour even, smooth and flat? Does the work all look like it's from the same hand? Or does the quality jump around? A consistent bodywork means the artist knows their craft and can deliver reliable results time after time, not just every now and then on their best day. Word of mouth is still one of the best ways to find a great artist, but there is a catch. Ask people whose tattoos you actually like. If you've taken anything on board that I've mentioned earlier, and you know what a good tattoo should look like, start with people around you, friends, family and co-workers. Anyone who has tattoos you genuinely admire in real life. If their lines are clean, and the shading is smooth, and the tattoos look well healed even years later, that's a strong lead. Real results on skin always beats anything filtered on Instagram. But one word of advice, avoid relying on random Facebook groups. Everyone in there swears that their artist is the GOAT, and 90% of the time, they're really not. It just becomes an echo chamber of people recommending their mates rather than genuinely skilled artists. Stick to people whose tattoos you've seen with your own eyes and make an informed decision. Not all artists are right for every style, and that's completely fine. Here's a quick example. You've just finished watching a new Jason Momoa series and decided you want a Polynesian-inspired blackwork band around your forearm. You head to your local shop, but as you're waiting for a consultation, you flip through the artist's portfolio and realise it's all fine line floral work. This is your cue to pause. A good artist will be honest if the style isn't their speciality and point you towards someone who can do it justice. But unfortunately, not everyone will. Some people just want to take your money and kick you out the door. And that's how people end up with a less than average tattoo. Do some research first. Nowadays, it's really rare that you have to travel far. With so many artists these days, the chances are there's someone who specialises in what you want in your town. And most importantly, find an artist who focuses on your style. Whether it's realism, black work, traditional or fine line, choosing the right person who specialises and takes pride in that style will make all the difference. So, I've been doing this for 20 years and I can spot a bad tattoo from across the road. You don't have that experience, but you now have a checklist, so use it. Check their line work, studied heel pieces, scroll through their entire portfolio, get real recommendations from people whose tattoos you actually like, and most importantly, make sure that their style matches your vision. Do these 5 things and you won't end up looking for a cover-up or laser tattoo removal.